This is our
our Stranger Things.
Well, Stranger Things we can mention anytime.
Elle and I both got haircuts, and if it's possible,
we'll say hey, we're back.
It's okay.
If it's possible, we look even more similar. I think.
Do you
than
think?
Before. Comment down below if you think we look
a little
more similar.
I also took a shower right before she did, so we both have wet hair.
Love.
Okay. Happy New Year!
Happy New Year! It's the year of the horse.
Oh, we are ready. Last year was the year of the snake, and that was a year of. Wasn't it like a year of like trials and
tribulations?
And it was.
My mom asked me at 12 in the morning when the clock struck 12, and they said 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and the New York ball drop. And the new year happened. My mom was like, "Everyone, let's reflect on the past year," because she loves to do that. And I was like, you know what? Actually, now that you mention it, I was thinking about it, and I felt like it was a year of transitioning.
That's a
change. We all got
gentle
new jobs. Yeah, it was character building.
For anyone who's been here,
I spent the first half of the year really unhappy. Well, I was like happy enough, but like I was not happy with where I was.
And then as soon as you became happy, I became unhappy.
And then by the end of the year, we all had jobs. And I feel like we're going into the new year with a lot of clarity.
Yeah.
Well, Ava, on our jobs and then all of our side hustles.
Ava was telling me, like, you can say it
in your own
words. Well, we all do like a New Year's celebration as a family. We do a family fondue. We watch movies. We watch Stranger Things season 5.
Yes, we'll get into that.
We'll get into that. But Ava was telling me, she was like, you know what? Like, Ava and I are very sentimental people, very appreciative. They make the best of everything. Ava was telling me this. She's like, normally I miss each year as it ends. She's like, oh, like there's just so many great things.
I get like emotional, and I get like every year ends and I'm like, oh, that was like a good one. Like I'm sad that one's over. And I had I can't say I had a terrible year, but I'm like ready for it to be done.
Well, she was like, I'm not going to miss it. 2025, not going to miss it.
Like,
that chapter's closed. And we're going to just like put her in a back corner somewhere.
Yeah.
And you know, this year taught me a lot about myself and others. And I'm ready to take those lessons and like get something good out of it.
I feel like for me, the like sentence of 2025 was it was a year of wake up calls, and it felt like a year of wake up calls that never really ended. Like once I thought I was like,
we do one thing, and then it was
we should do that, and then it was a hard year for all of us, and we also grew a lot through it. It was just one of those years. It's like the word is like character building.
Yeah, but we also had a ton of fun. You know, like we filmed the podcast, we traveled a lot. You know, I think we had a great time as well.
But I'm ready for like 2025. I was like,
and as 2025 came to an end, so did Stranger Things.
Yeah.
And I'm going to talk about how important Stranger Things is to us quickly.
Very.
This show is not just like, I know it means a lot to everyone. I feel most people in our generation at least have seen and watched the show and really like it. There's a few people I know who haven't watched it and I think they're crazy, but we're also super into television and cinema and all that stuff.
General.
So just in general, that's our interest, literally our field
and
of interest.
And I know people who are like cinema people are like, oh, I don't like Marvel and I don't like this. We have range. We love Elf.
To each
we
their
love
own.
Marvel.
But
love
Elf
Stranger
is one of the
Things.
greatest
like
movies of all time.
Yeah.
And so is Interstellar. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I like it all.
And yet, when I watched Interstellar, I did not understand it. But mind you, I was 11.
We were really young.
You
like,
were
Interstellar,
young,
like, I don't
Like, what do you understand at 11?
Okay. Let's get back on track.
Back to Stranger Things.
Back on track, Stranger Things Season 5. Okay? This show means a lot to me. When it came out, Season 1, I was 14. To us. Apologies.
When the first season came out.
When the first season came out, we were 14, Ava and I, and Maddie was 17. And we had just started writing our book when we were, I think it was a year before that.
No, it was, we started writing, I think, after the year Stranger Things came out.
No, we were in middle school.
I know, but I remember it. So maybe it was after that because my memory of Stranger Things was that I was on set filming the second season of a TV show and I didn't see any trailers about it. All I heard was everyone on set was like, oh, you gotta watch Stranger Things, you gotta watch Stranger Things, you gotta watch Stranger Things.
It was the summer before I went to my first year of high school.
So, and I watched that. It was the first show I binge watched on Netflix. Binge watched it twice in my bed, just like.
Yeah, she still does that now.
But I was going to say.
Yeah, go ahead.
Is that first season of Stranger Things. First of all, I went to high school and everyone called me. They thought Elle was short for 11, which I thought was hilarious.
You dressed up as 11 for
Halloween. And I dressed up as 11 for Halloween one year and I put blood on my nose and carried Eggos and did the whole shebang. But what was so cool about season 1 is that it kind of, actually not kind of, it was literally the sole reason we changed from wanting our book to turn into a movie. We wanted to turn it to a show after we watched Stranger Things, because we were like, Stranger Things is so grounded. It's so, the tone and like the music and like just literally we fell in love with everything about this show.
Yeah, because we always wanted it to be like a Harry Potter. I'm gonna let you finish, but we always wanted it to be like a Harry Potter where it was like grounded but still like fantastical
and lots of characters.
And
lots of
characters. I was just gonna say though is that Stranger Things was the first thing that we saw that was like a show that emulated that energy.
Yeah, it did so good.
And that show like it really showed us what we wanted. We're like, okay, because before it was like, oh, we want to do something like Harry Potter.
It showed what was possible.
Yeah, and we didn't want to do like 7 movies. I don't know. Just seeing Stranger Things, we were like, okay, this is,
and we wanted more time.
What we want to do. Yeah, and also you get so much time with the characters. Yeah, and everyone fell in love with the characters of Stranger Things. Like I think the entire world fell in love with these kids.
Yeah,
and just like that was really what sparked our inspiration to do what our dream is today. So Stranger Things is really important to us. And then on top of that, just like, oh my God, going into screenwriting and us starting screenwriting and figuring it out, we spent years like reading books and talking to people that we met on LinkedIn to try and like just like kind of like figure out what screenwriting is and like get people's opinions on it who've done it. And then we watched the Duffer Brothers masterclass.
Yeah.
Which I know is
it's on Masterclass.
Right, it is on Masterclass.
So if you haven't seen it, it's
we watched it, and it was like almost
4 years ago.
I think we watched it in the summer of 2022.
Okay, yeah, so like 3.5 years ago.
Kind of deal.
Yeah, it was like 3.5 years.
It's 2026.
I know, but summer 3.5 years ago. 3.5.
Oh, anyway, we're not mathing, but when we watched this masterclass, it was almost like everything we'd learned about screenwriting was kind of floating in our brains, and then watching this masterclass just kind of like brought it all together and made it feel very clear. We're like, okay, like it made us feel like we could take these steps and just kind of apply it.
Well, the Duffer Brothers did a great job of creating a system, and they talked about that. How
we
long
use the system still.
It took them. They talked about in the masterclass how long it took them to create a system, because at the end of the day, like you can read a bunch of different types of books and stuff like that, but you end up having to create your own system.
Yeah,
because there's stuff that aligns with you with certain books and stuff that doesn't.
Yeah, that's part of the process. And finding what works.
And I think the Duffer Brothers method really aligned with us, and we've also mixed in a lot of other stuff. But
I think also because
we've created our system.
Yeah, and I think also because the show that they made was so inspiring to us, and that we want it to have that same effect on people. For people, like we want to have our own soundtrack. We want to have like everything that makes Stranger Things so special. Good. We're not having like magic or anything or monsters, but everything that makes Stranger Things so special is like what has inspired us to
and nostalgia.
And nostalgia, and just everything that makes that show feel the way it is and makes people feel watching it.
And we just love the whole story of the Duffer Brothers, their siblings. They, don't really come from much to create
the Duffer Brothers
this.
Also have been really important to us too, because I was saying today I saw a post that's like kind of going viral about their show Bible for what Stranger Things was originally called, which is Montauk.
Knew about this.
I sent it to them and I was like, we've been known.
We studied that show Bible
right from the
3 or 4 years ago.
Right from the beginning.
Because when we decided we were writing a TV show, we were like we wanted to be like Stranger Things. So we're like, what did they do? We literally just started like researching, and that PDF of that show Bible has been on my desktop since like 2020.
Oh my gosh, yeah. We were like, oh yeah, you guys are all late to the party because
I know everyone's posting about it now, and everyone's like, oh, this is so cool. And I was like, this has been embedded in me. Like this
pretty much memorized it.
This Bible, point. No, literally that Bible.
It's just a really great show Bible. If you haven't seen it, you should check it out. It just like really did a good job of encapsulating, because also what we're doing too with our shows, you're creating a world, right? Even if it's not supernatural, you have to. Shonda Rhimes talks about this too. Like you create.
Oh, actually, that was another good masterclass.
Into. You create a world, so it's like you have to really communicate that in your show.
Oh, and if you're interested in screenwriting, another good master class was James Cameron,
Ron
Howard.
He was more directing, but still, like it's great to see that.
All of it was so, and also just
Natalie
like
Portman. If you're interested in acting, her masterclass was
all
fantastic.
of those were just so genuinely inspiring and fun to watch. And I really enjoyed all of them.
And also,
the Duffer Brothers mean a lot to us.
So. And I was just gonna say too, something I want to say as well is just that the Stranger Things is the kind of show that like. We've always been passionate about writing, but like your drive to like write and everything kind of goes like this. and we always push ourselves to write no matter what, and we always find inspiration somewhere. But Stranger Things is just that kind of show that every single time a season came out, we were just like in awe, and it just like re-sparked like it just gives us like energy.
We joke it puts fire under our asses.
And what I also want to say,
you want to get moving.
Like we never stop, but it like makes us move faster and like with more inspiration.
Yes, and then I want to say one thing after you, which has nothing.
Just what I want to quickly add to the meaning of that Duffer Brothers masterclass to us was that prior to that we were writing, like people were like, oh yeah, you guys like are obviously good at what you're doing, but like your structure isn't there. Like, there's things that aren't quite there. Like this isn't a sellable.
It was
pilot.
like the inciting incident, which is basically like the catalyst of the entire show. It has happened earlier
in the pilot of Stranger Things. It's Will going missing.
Yeah,
inciting incident
happens really early.
So I think for us, after we watched that masterclass, rewrote our script. And then when we started sending it out, that was the first time, that was a huge turning point for us. That we actually started to get feedback from multiple different people in the industry saying that this was a sellable pilot. This was actually good.
More positive.
So that was a huge turning point for us.
Still wasn't quite there.
Thank you,
yet,
Duffers.
Definitely not their step. It was a step in the right direction.
The Duffers got us.
We look up to you.
A step up.
Not that they're seeing this, but we look up to you and we think you guys are great. And
we can't say enough good things.
We can't say enough thank yous.
Yeah. No, seriously.
Our lives.
Between the Bible and the masterclass and like it's just
so relatable
watching Stranger
too.
Things and what they did. It's it's been our number one inspiration of like, if you could in a dream world, if you could make something that makes people not like Stranger Things, like our show's nothing like it,
but just the way it resonated
with the way it makes people feel, the way how natural it is, how like grounded all the characters are,
fun but emotional.
We also love like the humor, and it's like it's funny but it's emotional, and you're like, I was sobbing on New Year's Eve.
Oh my God. We rang in the New Year, tears and eyes.
I rang in the New Year, sobbing into my blueberry crisp.
We should definitely get into more like New Year's related topics.
Okay, and last thing I was going to say about the Stranger Things finale. Sorry, the Stranger Things finale brought up
If you don't like Stranger Things, just skip.
No, skip this episode because my God. Ahead. No, Stranger Things, like the finale too, brought back like, so...
Well, we don't want to spoil anything.
Yeah, but I was going to say that Elle and I have this thing where if one of us... Sometimes, like if we're watching a movie or like someone's upset about something, if one of us is crying, it's almost like the other one doesn't, because I don't know, we have this weird thing. It happened with Avengers Endgame.
Yes, I'll never forget
when Tony Stark died, and it was like
no, it happened when Tom Holland disappeared.
Character Peter Parker disappeared.
Which one was that?
Did you both cry during the Titanic?
I don't feel so good, and then he like.
But you both cried. Okay, we both cried during
Titanic. Sometimes it doesn't apply, but sometimes it does.
But maybe
sometimes there's this thing. Yeah, but sometimes there's this thing that happens with us where it's like if one is crying, the other doesn't. And it happened on New Year's Eve watching the Stranger Things finale.
Yeah, but you cried a little bit.
I cried earlier, but then I was like, I wanted to cry, but I was like, Elle's crying. It almost felt like she was like crying for me, but I was like, I want to cry.
You know when they say, when they say, can twins feel each other's pain? Maybe we can cry for each other.
Well, just sometimes I feel like that happens.
Yeah. But I was going to say something that is like the last thing I'll say, my God, about this Stranger Things debacle, but last thing I'll say is also why Stranger Things is super important to me is because of Joe Keery. So his music, I don't know how to say his...
DJ,
Is that how you say it? I feel like totally it's DJO. I don't know. What? But Joe Keery is a musician.
Icon.
An icon in our eyes. For the past however long, he's had that album out that has Roddy and Mortal Projections on it. Those two songs are, if I'm writing... anything,
they have fueled for our show.
Cinematic.
I put specifically Roddy, but Mortal Projections is also really inspiring for like our show. But Roddy specifically, if I put that song in my headphones, I just enter a different world, and it is like
his music, like especially his music
those
takes
two
us
songs, into our
for some reason the two songs
for the show we're writing.
Yeah, it's
something about like the sound. We're very into like electric guitar and like that kind of thing.
Yeah,
and
it
has
like, that kind of like mystery.
And like the doo 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 doo. Yeah, something about that. The sounds that I don't know nothing about music, but I'm like the sound about what the sound of his music.
Yeah, it just like for some reason is very aligned.
It makes my brain like tickles my brain the right way. And literally if I'm ever like, we don't get writer's block. If I'm ever in like a moment where like I don't feel like I'm like ready to write, because you kind of have to enter a different headspace when you're writing, because you're literally creating something that doesn't exist. And whenever I like feel like I'm not 100% there, I put Roddy in my headphones.
Yeah,
gets you there fast.
It'll get you there.
So good. Anyway, we love Joe Keery too. So Stranger Things means a lot to us, and that's the end of that rampage.
That's the lore of Stranger
It means
Things.
a lot to everyone, and what a great 10 years. I think they've done an incredible job wrapping everything up. Like that's an incredibly hard show to wrap up, and they did a great job.
They did
a great job.
I also pivoting into New Year's if we are good to do that.
Yeah.
Go.
Last thing.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh. No, I'm just going to literally say these words. I love Stranger Things. It means a lot to us. Not that I've said enough, but
there's just a lot of we grew up with the show in a lot of ways, and it's been very paralleled with our screenwriting journey. There's just like a lot of things there.
A lot, and it's been
a large source of inspiration.
We watch all the behind the scenes of them on set.
Oh yeah,
it's just like
so
we are.
cute.
I loved all the stuff how they made the mind flare inside the mind flare.
Well, even though we're on a sci-fi show when they were little.
This is true too.
So I think it takes you guys
does
back.
take us back.
And like all the prosthetics they use,
and being like friends with the guys who did our prosthetics, they were like almost like dad figures. Like they got along with our dad so well, and they played 80s music all the time in the trailer, and they'd be like spray painting our faces. And it was like
we would be in the chair getting like prosthetic alien makeup on for like I think 4 hours or something.
Most of our filming time was prosthetics.
Getting our makeup on and off. So
and you were the same age as the kids on Stranger Things.
Yeah, we were 12.
Yes, we were 12. So seeing them like put all their prosthetics on, and then I think like it's a really fun because time. Like sci-fi, the show we worked on is sci-fi, and it's like such a specific vibe, and then watching them put like the sci-fi sets together just brought
takes
back
you
good
back.
memories. Not that it's the same thing, but the sci-fi vibe.
Well, no, but it takes you back.
Also, for some reason,
it's so. I think it's because it's so creative. They use all these different like materials to like make things look gross.
Like they look otherworldly, right?
Yeah.
They
use such. It's so creative. It's so fun.
Yeah,
anyway, that's the last thing I'll say about that. Let's move on to the new year.
Let's move into the year of the horse.
How far in are we?
The year of the horse.
But I want to quickly say something about New Year's, and this was a mindset that I adopted a couple of years ago.
Don't tell it though.
If you guys are.
It's a really stupid joke. Continue. See if you adopted it. Does it know it's adopted?
I
feel like ever since I've like
knows it's adopted.
felt myself again, it's like, is this really better than what I was at before? Like,
well, because you're telling more jokes.
Well, like the break.
Stupid
we should
jokes.
talk about like the winter break.
You don't know
reset.
if a joke's gonna land until you try.
But I want to quickly.
I feel like mine are way too out there. It's like it makes sense in my mind. But
I got there.
Like 4.
I got there.
You gotta like get there.
It took me
I got
a second.
there.
Your wit is a bit.
Thank you.
Your
guys
wit
get
is
me.
galloping like a horse.
You know
Continue. I totally interrupted.
No,
continue.
Please, gotta stay sharp.
I just want to say that. So for me, like I go by the Lunar New Year. So the Lunar New Year
that smile
start
was ridiculous.
until February.
I go by the Lunar New Year.
Well, because some people might think it's a bit odd. Chinese New Year was my jam. I was obsessed with
Maddie
it.
was obsessed with
I made the little red
different
envelopes
cultures.
one year. I wrote in the Chinese characters. I gave it to all my like family. It was a whole thing.
Yeah, she loved learning about different flags, different cultures. She would also draw different like people from different cultures.
Like just wow.
Oh, so you're like connecting with your inner child again. Is that what you're celebrating the Lunar New Year?
It has less to do with that, but maybe I don't know.
So she's still in the old year, but we're in the new one. We've started 2026.
I can already feel the horse vibes.
We're galloping.
I just feel like it takes you. You know what it is? You know what it is about the Lunar New Year? It takes you a second to warm up. It's not like January starts and you're like, I'm in 2026. I feel like I'm like going into 2026.
Yes, that's normal.
But by February, you feel like you're in 2026. That's what I'm trying to say.
You know, I've honestly stopped counting the years.
So when you turn 27,
anymore.
You need like a 2-month buffer before you really are 27.
To feel like you're 27.
You're turning 27.
Don't, she says.
Don't.
I've already decided that I'm going to have a big birthday bash on my 25th. I'm not even 24 yet. Thank God.
Is that important to this episode, Ava?
No, it's not. And you know what? I probably won't even do it because I don't
you
have
should
a large
do it.
Anyway,
friends.
this new year, I feel very, and I think we all agree because we talked about this, but you can correct me if I'm wrong. We all feel very, I almost feel like organized going into this new year.
Yeah, like we feel
like
aligned.
I got my full-time jobs. I mean, we have all of our
we
full-time
have 9
jobs.
to 5s. We have 5 to 9s.
We have our 5 to 9s. I feel like I'm like settling into this.
You know what?
We work our 9 to 5s
reality.
and then we work screenwriting 5
our
to
schedule
9.
is literally bus, train, club, another club.
It is.
No
we
sleep.
And then also,
podcast.
Ava and I are social.
Yeah, so
Fitting
they have
that
social
in?
time to fit in.
Fitting that
crazy.
in is also
Well,
hard,
we're trying to also like be better about our schedule so we don't burn out. So like we're like Friday nights we're gonna take off, Saturdays we're gonna keep off, And then the rest of the days
Sunday we work. Rest of the days we work 9 to 5 and 5 to 9.
We work. And then 9 o'clock is the cutoff because I can't.
Yeah,
think
9 p.m.
past 9. Like I'm gonna spiral if I work.
And
I've
we've had
worked
to
until
teach her
10
that.
sometimes, like 10. Sometimes I can get away with.
For
but
me,
then
9
after that,
p.m.
you're just like your mind.
You know what? I
is just
realized.
not-
You know, the
What's
other
the
day
point?
when I was working on some of our screenwriting stuff at like literally 8:58, I was like, "That's it."
You know what
like
I loved
PM.
about the break was how much because I had a 2-week like break and it was and Elle had 3 weeks and Ava had 5 days, but it was
Poor
so
girl.
nice to just like it was so nice to just like all I could I just got
look at
to
her
think
eyes. She
about
gets so-
screenwriting all day. It was
I
so
literally is anyone
nice.
else's
So-
older sibling obsessed
so
with us?
nice, man.
Why did you know he sounded
was
like
so
that
nice.
girl trying to do a fake Canadian accent?
fuck.
So,
It was
so
so
how you doing there,
nice.
bud?
It was just it was
that what you were doing?
like and you know what? I don't know if you guys feel this way, but like those 2
Me?
weeks, there's like
Or
that
them?
meme, those 2 weeks. Both everyone.
Not them, you guys. Ava,
You guys,
they're
listen.
people.
Guys, we also looked at where all of our listeners are from, and there's
Oh
like
my god!
40 different
oh my
countries.
god! Soul. How
So
many
where
are
are
there?
they
from?
Soul. Where are they from?
There's one from United Arab Emirates.
Oh.
There's one from
United
Namibia,
Emirates?
I think. There's
What
one
is
from Lithuania. There was one from
Lithuania. Why do you keep saying stuff like that?
Am I talking funny?
Yeah, were you
She's a
listening?
I
to
think
some
it's
kind of
'cause I'm
weird
tired.
podcast?
Now you're making me
Okay,
feel
we're gonna
self-conscious.
we're gonna wrap this one up. Sorry.
But okay, did you guys rot? Also, I want to know. Those last two, like the last 2
asking
weeks,
them?
I wasn't ready.
Are people?
Yes, because I was like,
You guys.
I rotted
Our
away.
divas?
Like
Our
today was the
divas.
first day that yesterday was the first day I really stepped back into civilization. But like, there's a good period where you're just like a gremlin in your own home.
I love the holidays.
It's fun. Like I'm just in a onesie with a heating pad, like fucking
So Maddie,
She
stop swearing.
sorry, hibernating.
She's the reason
Oh my
we're explicit on this
hibernating
podcast.
like a bear and like just not wanting to re-enter. But after 2 weeks of solitude, I am ready. Like I don't know how ready I am, but I'm ready.
I'm red. Not she's unsure.
I'm very
The
introverted.
holidays were
so-
the best 3 weeks of my life. I'm just kidding.
They
but I'm
were-
also not.
I was working, so
I woke up every day with so much joy and giggles.
I think
Elle got back to
Christmas was the
herself,
best day
like-
of my life.
Yes, you had
We
Christmas
kidnapped
off.
grandma and she lived with us for a couple days, and that was just like on Christmas I did nothing. But I think for us it's like we work so
Did
much.
you copy my outfit
No.
for Wafflex pants?
No, there's only pants I have.
Okay. Well,
Finish-
happy New
finish
Year,
your
everyone.
thought. Finish your- let her
oh, sorry.
finish.
I'm sorry.
Rude. No one cares. You know why? Because this is me all day. So it's
No,
just like
go
background.
ahead.
It's like white
Go ahead,
noise.
say your
please.
piece.
I was gonna say that grandma was over, and I feel like we've gotten so used to like we're working towards our dreams, you know, like with like screenwriting and stuff, and we have to work on that to keep it moving.
Yeah,
and
so
so
we
we
didn't
work
take
a
time
lot,
off
and
to-
so
yeah.
Christmas Day was like the only day I think I did nothing like in the last. I like actually want to say year. Like I
Yeah.
don't think there's been a day that I've done absolutely
Yeah.
nothing.
No. Well, maybe since we were in Miami.
Yeah,
Did
but
you
I
take
think
a day
even
off
then, didn't we like do
We
stuff?
were trying to get our podcast.
We didn't have the
funded.
pot.
Yeah.
I don't know, but I just feel like it was the first time in
Sending
so
emails.
long I actually did nothing. I like napped, I laid on the couch, I read, I talked to like
Woo.
my family, and it was just crazy. It was such a nice day. It's really nice.
It's really nice for you.
2025 was
So.
such a brain rot year.
Yeah.
It was.
Because I
But
was immediately in my mind went to at the beach.
at the beach. Beebs.
I'm a
Okay.
dad.
All right. Well, thank you guys for watching.
On that note,
I also got a haircut and so did Ava.
So
Oh wait, you said that in the beginning.
Yeah,
Oh,
comment
it's a
down
good
We
below.
also
callback
saw
to
Sound
look
of
the
Music
same.
with our
Callback to the-
grandma, and now I want to watch it again.
You got to
So that'll
repeat
be my
'cause
next task.
we were talking.
We saw Sound of Music, the play with our grandma. That was our
Yes.
treat for her for Christmas. We saw it yesterday, and watching the play made me want to watch the movie again.
The hills
just leave it
are
there.
alive with the sound of music. And on that note,
Sayonara, friends.
Happy New Year.